Greetings and salutations to one and all. Welcome to a brand new week right here on the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Steele. It's a night we do a thing we call community and finance. I want to welcome each and every one of you to the broadcast. Big ups to those locked in on the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Steele on TuneIn Radio. Big ups to those across the pond. Top of the morning to you guys over there in the UK, One Harmony Radio. Big ups to those on PEMGTV.com. Welcome. Those locked in on the People Station, WGLRO, home of the Donnie Walker Show, the morning show. Taking it from the sheets to the streets, touching Detroit to Denmark and all points in between. I want to say big ups to those locked in on Reggae Global Radio. We get high on reggae music. How you doing? And of course, big ups to those locked in right here at the home of the Night Shift to DJ Kevin Steele. KevinSteele.com. We're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment. Welcome. It up tonight with DeVille.
The move is clearly telling me, baby, that you want me. You're not here to live your life. You don't care about nobody.
It's called Burning Up.
We do what we want. Drink all night of us what we want. Get drunk, let up at the club. We can take it to the grand, get naked and do it all night if you wanna. La 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 la. Your body's on fire. La 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 la. You got the whole place burning. La 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 la. Never felt this intensity until we met. Make me waffle, but then rewind you like a cassette. I can't wait to get my hands on you and make you sweat. Touch you in all the places I know gon' make you wet. Hot and heavy, I'm ready to go all out on you, baby. Girl, tonight I'ma turn you on. Put it down on your body, your body. We'll do what we want. Love all night if it's what you want. We can do it anyhow, any place, anywhere. We can do it right, if that's what you want.
I want to say big ups to the general manager. How you doing, Marlon? Host of Real Rockers, Mr. Marlon Burrell. Music editor extraordinaire.
One time, two time, three time, rewind. One time, two time, pull up selector, rewind again. One time, two time, three time, rewind. One time, two time, pull up selector, rewind. I can't let the vibe tonight. You can't let the vibe. No, I'm never wanna let you. Never gonna let you go now. Got to get you home tonight, yeah. And when I get you home, I'm never gonna let you. Never gonna. La 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 la. Your body's on fire. La 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 la. You got the whole place burning. La 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 la. You got the whole place burning. La 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 la. La 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 la. Your body's on fire.
I want to say welcome to those who are locked in on Facebook Live.
Girl, tonight I'ma turn you.
How you doing?
Put it down on your body, your body. We'll do what we want. Love all night if it's what you want. We can do it anyhow, any place, anywhere. We can do it right, if that's what you want. La 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 la. Your body's on fire. La 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 la. You got the whole place burning. La 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 la. You got the whole place burning. La 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 la. Hey yo. One time, two time, three time, rewind. One time, two time, pull up selector, rewind again. One time, two time, three time, rewind. One
Want to say thank you to Pulse Media Group for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. When being in the moment is priceless, give them a call for innovative streaming and recording solutions. Have an event you want to stream live. Have a website you want to do streaming on. Have a church, have a school. Have an event you want to stream on a secure platform. Let's go ahead and give them a call. 754-999-6020. Or check them out on pulseemg.com. Hey, cuz, how you doing?
Never felt this intensity till we met.
Want to say thanks to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands. Althea SU is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade and South Palm Beach counties. Let's give her a call. She comes to you. 954-655-9000. She comes COVID free and she'd like to leave that way. You can also email her at thealater@att.net. That's THEALATER@att.net. Outside of paying her, she only asks that you get off her table when she's done and go sleep somewhere else.
Time, rewind. One time, two time, pull up selector. Rewind again. One time.
Want to say thank you to Reggae Global Entertainment.
One time, two time, pull up selector. Rewind.
They provide tour management services, act as your booking agent. They can handle your copyrights, your publishing, your trademarks, music production, marketing and promotion, and so much more. Give them a call, 954-998-8034. Also want to say thank you to gmatmusicsolutions.com. They bring your events to life. They provide sound, light, and stage production services, musical equipment, PA systems, audio engineers, DJs, bands, musicians, singers. Give them a call, 754-307-4622. That's 754-307-GMAC. Or check them out at gmatmusicsolutions.com, where you can do your online shopping also.
Two time, three time, rewind. One time, two time, pull up selector. Rewind again. One time, two time, three time, rewind. One time, two time.
The son of Deville.
Rewind.
The track is called Burning Up. Yeah, I like it too, Sharon. just here trying to connect with my guest for the evening as we bounce out to the Daville. A track called Burning Up. Another track I have for you is South Florida native. She goes by the name of Shelly Sweet Shells. This one is called My Neighbor.
Sweet Shells,
as I try to establish this connection.
tell my neighbor come over. He telling me load on music. He telling me that's ain't right. The neighborhood white as ever. No problems to sleep at night. I tell him I love me soca. The music hot like a true love. Bring your body, come on out here. Move your body just like you don't care. We jamming it so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist from walk to the soca. All our ways just jam together. I tell him it's so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist from walk to the soca. All our ways just jam together. I tell him it's so nice. Change your mind and don't think twice. I tell him it's so nice. He moving the whole crowd, singing soca loud and loud. It's my neighbor, no control. He said he just can't do that. He never hear music, so I tell him that's how we do it. Bring up what's on there, let's ride. It's a love effecting all night. Come join and feel the vibe. I tell him just come over, enjoy yourself, no pressure. We jamming it so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist, come walk to the soca. All of we just jam together. I tell him it's so nice. Change your mind and don't think twice. I tell him it's so nice. He moving the whole crowd, singing soca loud and loud. It's my neighbor, no control. The music pumping big time, and woman taking small wine. Oh yeah, we in the street wet. We jamming, enjoying the fat. Something say look in the corner. It's my neighbor, he come over. He hand in the air, he jamming. On a bumper, it says moving. He moving the whole crowd, singing soca loud and loud. It's my neighbor, no control. What went on, I don't know. He moving the whole crowd, singing soca loud and loud. It's my neighbor, no control. We jamming it so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist from walk to the soca. All of we just jam together. I tell them it's so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist from walk to the soca. All of we just jam together. Yes, my neighbor. Jamming, jamming. We jamming it so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist, come walk to the soca. All of we just jam together. We jamming it so sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the heat. Bring your waist, come walk to the soca. All of we just jam together. I tell him it's so nice. Change
So as we
I tell him it's so nice.
wait to try to connect with our guest tonight,
Sing it so
I'll go ahead and move ahead,
neighbor, no control. Yes,
and we'll have a little chit chat among ourselves.
we jamming, we jamming. We jamming, we jamming. Yes, my neighbor. Yes, my neighbor. I tell him come
So
over, come over. Yes,
the elections are done in the United States, and some people are asking what next. You know, where do we go from here? What happens now?
jamming.
Now, a few days ago, according to BBC.com, the president's legal strategy to challenge the election results seems to be falling on deaf ears in courtrooms across the country. Trump's team has yet to notch a meaningful victory or present evidence of widespread voter fraud after filing dozens of lawsuits. And I tell you, lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. his top lawyer, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, said on Thursday of last week that the campaign was dropping its legal challenges in Michigan, which Biden won by more than 160,000 votes. Now, if I'm in an election and I lose by 160,000 votes, I am going to challenge that for what? Based on what? Just because I can file a lawsuit to challenge it? It's 160 votes, 160,000 votes. It's not 160. It's 160,000 votes. Come on. In Georgia, the state that has certified its election tabulation, which gave Biden just over a 12,000 vote lead after the state conducted a hand recount of nearly 5 million ballots. Some people got some overtime money. And with sitting down and counting these by hand once again, come on. They deserve that overtime money. The question is, where that overtime money come from, and whose pocket, who is denied some sort of care, some sort of funding to pay this overtime money, because the money had to come from somewhere. And if it was taken from the right hand to give it to the left hand, that means the right hand is suffering from lack of something. So, but the people deserve to get paid for sitting down counting nearly 5 million ballots in a recount. As doors to remaining in office slam shut, the president appears to be shifting strategies for flipping between election results from a long shot legal one to a longer shot political gambit. You know, if there's one thing that I can say about this man, is that he's relentless as it comes to letting go of the presidency. So, alright, comment here in the stew pot, and I do invite you guys to jump into the stew pot, where we can be interactive on kevinstew.com. Others call it a chat room. On kevinstew.com, it is called the stew pot. It's where we get interactive and share views and ideas. Come on in, the water is always fine. That's where we keep things bubbling. So just go to kevinstew.com. You don't have to register for anything. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to sign in. You're just there. You're on kevinstew.com. The video that you're watching, that's live. The chat room, which I call the stew pot, that's live. All right? So go ahead and connect with us there. So here's a step-by-step guide to 45 strategy. 1. Block the vote certification process in as many states as possible, either through lawsuits or by encouraging Republican officials to object. Which explains the Michigan lawsuit, where it's 160,000 votes, so you're just tossing in a lawsuit just because. Then convince the Republican-controlled legislatures in states Biden narrowly won to dismiss the results of the popular vote as corrupted by widespread fraud. So, of course, you're gonna play that card, the voter fraud card. Cool, that's fine. It's a regular thing. Then have the legislature then award their state's electoral college votes, which are cast by electors on the 14th of December, give them to Trump instead of Biden. So we're looking at 45's strategy. Then 4, you're gonna do step 3 in enough states, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, in all these states to pull 45 from his current total of 232 electoral votes past the winning 269 vote mark. Remember, the number to get to was 270. He is stuck at 232. So, those jumping into the stew pot, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, here it is. Doing step 3, which is have the legislator award their state's electoral college votes, which are cast by the electors. Have them elect those on the 14th of December to 45 instead of Biden. Then you do it in as many states as you can get it done. The fifth thing that he is putting in his strategy is pulling Biden from 306 votes. The fact that it might work, because then the election would be decided in the House of Representatives, where even though it is controlled by the Democrats, Trump would have an advantage due to some arcane rules. So the all the rules that are on the book, which haven't been updated since I don't know, the devil was a boy, then he can use these to get by. So how is he going about making this happen? Well, 45 is applying pressure on people who can potentially change who the states pick for president. When Americans vote in a presidential election, they're actually voting in a state contest, not a national one. They're voting for state electors who will then cast one vote each for president. These electors usually follow the will of the electorate. In Michigan, for instance, they should all vote for Joe Biden because he won the state. Okay? On Monday, which is today, a state canvassing board made up of 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats is due to meet to count the votes and officially confirm the 16 electors' votes going to Biden. The first hint that 45 was applying pressure to individual states to disregard their current vote totals came following reports that he had called Republican officials whom had initially refused to certify the election results from Detroit, from Detroit, Michigan's largest city. That two low-level party officials, among thousands of county canvassers across the U.S., would speak directly to a U.S. president who was more than just a little unusual. They ultimately reversed their decision to block the proceedings and then, after Trump's call, expressed regret for reversing themselves. Those hints became clear evidence of intent when the Republican leaders in the Michigan legislature accepted a presidential invitation to visit the White House on Friday. The news has been accompanied by reports that the president is intent on finding other ways he can pursue key state legislatures to review and perhaps reverse their election results. Now, naturalists, bless up, welcome to the stew pot, Blue. It's your first time on kevinstew.com. Yeah, man, welcome into the stew pot. So, could 45 be successful in these attempts that he's putting out there? You know, is it a long shot? Is it that he has a slight chance? Is it what's going on for him? Well, it is not impossible for him to be successful. However, the chances are very slim. And even with a slim chance, it means that there's still a chance. We're going to take a quick little break. We're going to come back. We're going to say sayonara to Facebook Live. And we're going to look at the slim chance that 45 could actually be successful in his attempts to, disrupt the current path of the changing of the guard for the U.S. presidential seat. So, call a friend, tell a friend. We're looking at what now after the elections. It's a night shift with DJ Kevin Stew, Community and Finance Night. We'll be right back after these few messages.
Pulse Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulse Media Group.
It takes an entire village to raise a child. Hello, I'm Paul Campbell, here to talk about Palace. Peace and Love Academic Scholarship. This non-profit group supports students facing serious obstacles from entering or continuing their studies, not because the grades are failing, but due to the lack of financial support.
Over the past 8 years, Palace has awarded 600 scholarships valued at approximately 50.3 million Jamaican dollars, or 415,000 US dollars.
Together, we must build a better future for our children. Please visit www.palace1.org and make your donation to brighten the future of a deserving child. Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home
in a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage. You can make this vision come to life.
Help us create this first-of-its-kind space
that all Caribbean people can be proud of. Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe and donate today.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, that Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com, your links to worship and praise.
Hey yo, this is Carman to let you know that right about now you are logged on to DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift. Don't move.
I said the more things change, the more them remain the same. Yeah, even though it rains today, yet come tomorrow, it all just drains away. All fades away. Today might fill with pain, but come tomorrow, the joy returns again. The joy returns again. And after all the fuss and all the fight, everything they put us through, and after all the cuss and all the suss, the one thing to do is don't forget to remember, come November, their world remain the same. Nothing will change. I'm hoping that you remember, come November, nothing on earth will change. Nothing ever changed, no. The lies that them tell today, come tomorrow, they'll tell them lies again. Same lies, oh yeah. The system that's in place to keep us in our place will never change. No. Cause after all the fight, they'll take your rights, and we know it's true. And after all the talk, we march and walk, the one thing to do is don't forget to remember, come November, their world remain the same. Nothing ever changed, no. I'm hoping that you remember, come November, it's still the same. Nothing on earth will change. Nothing ever changed, no. Round and round and round, this old world still goes around.
I want to welcome you back to the broadcast.
But sooner or later, they'll feed the ground. Round and round and round. When will my people start to learn? What goes up comes down. Who start the fire will get burned. Don't forget to remember, come November,
The sound of Ed Robinson.
remain the same.
The track is called Don't Forget to Remember.
Remain the same, yeah. I'm hoping that you remember, come November, please remember, nothing on earth, nothing.
So let's see how much will change, if anything will change. We're at the end of November now.
Don't forget to remember, come November, don't you forget, no.
Remember, numbers to call, numbers to text, numbers to get you in touch. 773-789-STEW. You can call, you can text, you can WhatsApp. 773-789-7839.
Round and round and round, this old world still goes.
Once again, this segment is brought to you courtesy of Althea and her healing heavenly hands. Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade and South Palm Beach counties, and she comes to you.
Fire will get burned. Don't forget.
Call her 954-655-9000. Let's see what she can do for you.
Hoping that you remember, come November, please remember, nothing on earth, nothing in the world.
But if you have the virus, don't call her now.
Don't forget to remember, come November, their world remain the same. The world will always remain the same. I'm hoping that you remember, come November, nothing on earth will change.
So, Ed, according to Ed, when you come November, come now, nothing is going to really change. But could we see some change on the horizon? Could Trump be successful in keeping things just the way they are right now? Now, before we went off on the break, we said, you know what? It's not impossible, although the chances are very, very slim. First of all, the president would have to overturn the results in multiple states where Biden leads, range from tens of thousands of votes to more than 100,000. Can that be done? I haven't heard anywhere in history where that has happened. Now, this isn't 2000 when everything came down to just Florida. No. So it's a little bit different. What's more, many of the states that Trump's legal team is targeting, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Nevada, and they all have democratic governors who are not just going to sit by while any of that happens. You know, they're not going to sit and go, you know, all right, let's see if any of the ants nest stirring can actually take place and what kind of ants will run out. No. In Michigan, for example, Governor Gretchen Whitmer could fire the current state election board and replace it with one willing to certify Biden's victory. Now, in a time like this, when COVID running rampant and jobs are kind of scarce because funds not running the way that it should, I don't think anyone wants to lose their job. Democratic governors could respond by naming their own slate of pro-Biden electors to compete with ones a Republican legislature chose, leaving it to Congress to decide which group to acknowledge. That doesn't mean Biden supporters are not worried. While the odds of this happening are along the lines of Earth being hit by a giant meteor, or someone getting struck by lightning while winning the lottery, having victory snatched away at this point would be such a cataclysmic political event that the remote prospect of such a possibility is enough to give Democrats the cold sweats. It's kind of scary. It sheds a different kind of light on politics in the United States, or I guess politics anywhere. Now, this game of do not concede that 45 is playing, one might ask, can he really do that? Is that something that's even allowed? Is that in the rule book somewhere? Trump has spent much of his time in the White House pretty much shattering presidential norms and traditions. It appears that the last days of his term, this man is going out to that bang. He is not just going to roll over and say, you know, hey, all right, I said I was going to be president. I was president, and so I did it. I'm going to go. Yeah, I don't quite see that happening. Just because the pressure is Trump is putting on election officials and state legislators is unprecedented or controversial. Here's the thing. It doesn't mean that it is illegal. So, the man is saying, I am going to pull out all the stops and I'm not going to go down without a fight. In the early days of the nation, state legislators had broad powers of how they allocated their electoral votes, and there is still no constitutional requirement that they heed the results of a popular vote. They have since circumscribed those powers by assigning their votes based on the results of popular elections, but the underpinnings of the original system, that's still in place. if the president succeeds in convincing a legislator, such as Michigan's, to act, Democrats are sure to mount legal objections. The law, both national and in each state, is fuzzy at best when it comes to this, given that this sort of thing has seldom been subject to litigation. So, could states retroactively change the laws governing how they run their elections? Don't know. Possibly. But it would be up to judges to render the final verdict. So, I want everybody to make sure to take note that judges play a serious role in elections when it comes to things like this. So, if you have the power to appoint certain judges, and you have done so at length in your tenure as president, if it comes down to the wire and judges need to say or to contribute to the final say, you see how that plays out? Cool. So, it is rare that something like this happens. Or the question could be asked, has anything like this ever happened? The last time a closely contested election involved a battle over electors was in 2000 with Al Gore and George Bush. That was a fight in one state, Florida, where the difference between the candidates was just a few hundred votes. Eventually, the U.S. Supreme Court stepped in and halted any further review. What happened? Bush became president. For a disputed election involving multiple states, for that you'd have to go back to 1876, when Republican Rutherford B. Hayes and Democrat Samuel Tilden were squaring off. In that, contested results in Louisiana, South Carolina, and Florida meant no candidate was able to win a majority in the Electoral College. The deadlock threw the election to the U.S. House of Representatives, which ultimately sided with Hayes, who, like Bush in 2000 and Trump in 2016, won fewer votes nationally than his defeated opponent. So you see how that works? Now, one of the buzz questions for the past few weeks has been, what if 45 decides, you know what, I am locking all the doors and throwing away all the keys, and I am not leaving. I'm locking myself inside. If the president's long shots attempts at reversing the election results fail, at 12:01 p.m. on January 20, Joe Biden will be sworn in as the 46th president, whether Trump formally concedes or not. At that point, the Secret Service and the U.S. military are free to treat the former president the way they do an unauthorized individual on government property. He is the former president, not the current president, and he wields no power like that anymore. It's gone. It's outrageous what he is doing, Biden said in a press conference on Thursday. Incredibly damaging messages are being sent to the rest of the world about how democracy functions. You know what, Mr. Biden? The U.S. has been sending that message for years. In reality. As a matter of fact, a number of countries have been sending that messages to the world when it comes to elections, when it comes to politics. Because for some reason, our elected officials seem to forget that, one, the people are the one that put them there, so they work for the people. They work for their government. And they somehow manage to put themselves in a high and mighty position, and the people somehow just fall for it and allow it, and are somehow quite accepting of it. So what the people are not doing is holding their elected officials accountable. Why? I really don't know. But this is what is being shown in this case, where if Trump decides, you know what, I don't want to leave the White House, you know, if his attempts fail, he could pretty much be arrested for trespassing. Even if the president is not successful, his seeming scorched earth strategy of contesting the election results is setting a precedent for elections to come. And according to polls, undermining the faith many Americans have in the United States democratic systems and institutions. So, what does that now mean for young people aspiring to be politicians, young people aspiring to be civil servants in the highest office in their local regions? It could very much taint how they move forward. And I'm not sure that we're paying attention to that. Much respect, naturalist. 773-789-STEW gets you in touch. 773-789-7839. You can call, you can text, you can WhatsApp. If you're overseas and you want to call in and share your views, you can WhatsApp call me. 773-789-7839. Let me put it across the screen once more for those watching on kevinstew.com. There is so much at stake, and they know this. I don't think anyone is actually unaware of what is at stake. To think for a moment that Trump doesn't know what he's doing, you'll be sadly mistaken. Now, a lot of people don't like the guy, and with good reason. I've met him. I've been in his house. Even before running for president, this man has had that chip on his shoulder kind of a thing. You know, after all, he's the Donald. And being president didn't humble him one bit. So anything that the Donald wants, the Donald is going to go after. Now, whether or not he will get it, that's different. But he's going to go after it. What does that mean for those coming behind him? Does he care? You see, and I think this is the difference between individuals, businessmen, and politicians. An individual may give some consideration, well, an individual will give some consideration to his community, his actions, how that affects those that coming up after him, his children and their children and such. It's a regular person with a little bit of conscience. A businessman is going to look out for his business first and going to make sure that the business lives on and is sustaining and he will do whatever he can to make sure that it is successful and profitable. The idea that is being presented of politicians right now, if they're to follow the Trump model, what it is going to be is, yo, I have gotten elected to this position now. I rule this. I am the king. You are my subjects. You need to listen to me. People, remember, there's a reason that they go out, where politicians, elected officials, why they go out and campaign. Campaign is just a fancy word. In my opinion, it's just a fancy word for begging. I am begging you to go and vote for me, and I'm presenting you with some information as to why you should do so. So here is what I plan to do. Those that hail from Jamaica, I can't talk about Jamaica because I come from Jamaica. Those hailing from Jamaica has heard multiple empty promises. What would baffle me when I was growing up, when it came to elections, is that they heard these empty promises, they voted on these empty promises, or seemingly, and when it wasn't delivered on, they were upset, but they didn't take it any further. Now, I'll say this, on occasions in Jamaica, there would be roadblocks and rioting. But when you think about it, is that being done for the right reason? The last roadblock and riot I remember was gas price related. Not to do with elected officials not doing their jobs. So, and I'm still trying to connect with Florida State Representative Froy. I don't know. I hope she's okay. We spoke earlier today, and she was all set to come on so that we could chat and we could get updated and on what is happening in the Florida House. And yeah, I don't know, and I do apologize to everyone. Oh, those tuning in on Reggae Global Radio, it's time for a break. You guys are taking a break over there as we continue right here on kevinstew.com. All right, so you know what? I'm going to take a quick break right now too. And then at the top of the hour, we'll all get back here and look at what CBS News, CBS put out some information today about a small but growing number of Republicans that are just basically saying to Trump, hey, listen, just get off the golf course and concede. You know, call it a day. You know, it's over. So we'll see if he listens. What happens tomorrow? We'll find out. But when we come back, we're going to look at that really quickly, and then we get into musical therapy and call this day a wrap. I have some not so new music, but new to us right now. I've had this music since, I've had this for 6 years, and I haven't played it in a while. So a couple of tracks that I plan to toss out there tonight, courtesy of MHG Productions out of New York, Most High Generation. We're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back after these messages. All right?
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless. Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.
A social distancing tip.
While the CDC urges you to avoid close contact, like hugging or shaking hands, there are other non-physical ways to say hello. Wave, wink, use sign language, salute, smile, give the peace sign, throw up an air high five, do jazz hands. Remember, stay a minimum of 6 feet or 2 arms length away from others, and stay home if you can. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part, because we're all #AloneTogether. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew, working on the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin Stew sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Christine representing word and honor. Selassie DJ Kevin Stew.
Through every storm we rise again. You know this one song like a anthem. From I was a young king, been dreaming about doing bigger things. Nothing could make me want to stop moving. Vision so clear I will never lose it. Yeah. Well, I stay focused. Through the struggle we'll find a purpose. Touch a surplus. As long as we're in the game, we'll be victorious like warriors. Right now let's just keep on flowing. The fire still lit, so we must get going. Never retire, down to the wire. We're gonna make it, yes I know it. Through every storm we rise again. We'll keep it blazing. Can't hold the flame. As long as we're in the game, we'll be victorious. Victorious. Oh yeah. So we can do it. How we never give in to it. Victorious. So glorious. So when me do, step out bold and swear to me soul. Me now go make them hold me. Blessings are fall like rain, watch the glory. Man a star, man a king, they better crown me. Bestow me, always know I will be winning. Impatient, I was tripping. Stuck in the game, I was glitching. Put in the work that I was listening. Hey, victorious, them can't stop me shine. Can't stop me growth, not even in their mind. King of the jungle leader, I'm in pride. No bad mind vibes, royalty bloodline. Through every storm, we rise again. We'll keep it blazing. Them can't hold the flame. As long as we're in the game, we'll be victorious. Victorious. Oh yeah. So we can do it. How we never give in to it. Victorious. So glorious.
The track is called Victorious. This is Paul Anthony working out with Roy G and Soul Star. want to thank Reggae Global Entertainment for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. And the big ups to those in the Reggae Global Radio chat room.
We'll be victorious.
And thanks, of course, to those in the stew pot on kevinstew.com.
So glorious.
The track is called Victorious. Paul Anthony, Roy G, Soul Star. So, a small but growing number of Republicans have a message for President Trump. They're saying, hey, the election is over and you lost. Time to move on. Basically, get over it. You know, we're wasting time at this point. On Monday, today, the General Services Administration, the federal agency that allows the transition process to begin, sent a letter to the transition team for the president-elect Joe Biden, saying they could begin the transition. Mr. Trump tweeted around the same time that he had instructed the agency to do what needs to be done with regard to initial protocols and have told my team to do the same. Ahead of the GSA announcement, Senator Lamar Alexander of Tennessee tweeted a statement saying the presidential election is rapidly coming to a formal end. Since it seems apparent that Joe Biden will be president-elect, my hope is that President Trump will take pride in his accomplishment, put the country first, and have a prompt and orderly transition to help the new administration succeed. When you are in public life, people remember the last thing you do. Listen, I think in life on a whole, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You're pretty much only as good as your last transgression. That last thing that you did that is held over your head, the last thing that you did that people are upset about, that is as good as you were. Or as good as you are. The message came loud over the weekend after a far-fetched press conference by Trump lawyers Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and Jenna Ellis on unfounded mass election fraud, which Trump ally and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie called a national embarrassment. I have been a supporter of the president. I voted for him twice, Christie said on Sunday on ABC's This Week. And he continues, elections have consequences, and we cannot continue to act as if something happened here that did not happen. So, on Saturday, the Trump campaign suffered a big loss as a federal judge in Pennsylvania dismissed a lawsuit trying to invalidate millions of votes in that state as full of strained legal arguments that were unsupported by evidence. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, a popular Republican in a fiercely Democratic state, told the president on Sunday to stop golfing and concede. After Mr. Trump called him a rhino, or Republican in name only, Hogan and his wife secured critical testing equipment on their own when the federal government failed to come through. Hogan recognized Mr. Biden's victory on November 7, the day major networks, including CBS News, called the race for the president-elect. If you had done your job, America's governors wouldn't have been forced to fend for themselves to find tests in the middle of a pandemic, as we successfully did in Maryland. Hogan quote tweeted the president. Stop golfing and concede. Mr. Trump, who has only had a handful of public events since the election, was at his Virginia golf club when Hogan tweeted. You can imagine that back and forth exchange. Republican Fred Upton, a congressman from Michigan, also expressed that the election is over for the president, at least in Michigan, as the president's team presents baseless accusations of mass fraud. Upton said there is no such evidence, and the Trump campaign has been unable to present such evidence in court. That wouldn't be the first time. You know, the voters spoke, and here again in Michigan, it's not a razor-thin margin. It's 154,000 votes. 154,000 votes is too many to overcome. It is over. This is what he said on CNN on Sunday. On Saturday, Republican Senator Pat Toomey of Pennsylvania issued a statement congratulating Mr. Biden and Harris after the dismissal of the Trump lawsuit in Pennsylvania. With today's decision by Judge Matthew Brann, a longtime conservative Republican, whom I know to be a fair and unbiased jurist, to dismiss the Trump campaign lawsuit, President Trump has exhausted all plausible legal options to challenge the result of the presidential race in Pennsylvania. Toomey wrote, I congratulate President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris on their victory. They are both dedicated public servants, and I will be praying for them and our country. Now, if that is not the way to progress to unification and growth in a country, I don't know what is. This is the opponents saying, yo, you know what, congratulations, you guys keep your shoulders to the wheel and you get things done. And big ups to you for doing that. Yo, that's a big deal. That number of Republicans publicly conceding Mr. Trump lost, if not urging him to concede, is only likely to grow as states certify their election results. Electors will meet to certify the election results on December 14, at which point it will be challenging for influential Republicans to insist the election is undecided. A number of Senate Republicans have urged the Trump administration to at least allow Mr. Biden access to classified briefings, something he currently does not have. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris does have access to classified briefings, but only because she is a current member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and she cannot share that information with Mr. Biden. Now, if that isn't a case of I'm taking up my marbles and nobody's getting to play, or as in the case of the ball field, is my ball, I am going to hold it, and everybody else can stand up and kick rocks. If that isn't as childish as it gets, I don't know what is. The question is, or one of the questions, would then be, what do you do from here? What now? Well, basically, the consensus is, yo, Trumpy, as Representative Humphrey's niece calls him, listen, guy, you need to take your stuff and go. Don't pass go, don't collect $200, just go. Leave. And whatever charges that may come against you, prepare for them. That's what it boils down to. You're grasping at straws and creating what kind of environment for everyone? You've already brought out all those who were hiding in the woodwork and all the racists that were hiding in the woodwork, because now, you know, they felt it was okay to just come out and just be bold. I don't have a problem with people expressing their opinions. Express them all you want. Is your opinion. You can do whatever you want to them. Don't come stepping to me, though, like your opinion is fact or your opinion is law. No. At that point, we're going to have a problem. So, y'all can talk all you want to talk. 45, you can tweet all you want to tweet. Understand this, the writing is on the wall. Only one place for you to go, and that is out. As Toomey said, Biden and Harris are dedicated and have been dedicated to their job and serving the community, serving the people of the United States. If that is what they're doing and they're genuinely doing it, I say more power to you. Keep your shoulders to the wheel and keep pressing on. This is Cesar. The track is called Shoulder to the Wheel.
I'll keep you down, even if they say that you will never make it. Even if they say that you're destined to fail, you got to keep your faith, keep praying to the Maker, and you put your shoulder closer to the wheel. Yes, even if they say that you will never make it, even if they say that you're destined to fail, you got to keep your faith, keep praying to the Maker, and you put your shoulder closer to the wheel. Well, in my life sometimes I find hypocrites and those that backbite. People hide behind their lies, disguising what they feel inside. If them I watch you while you work, saying words to try and hurt you, let the words that would deter you better you, and keep your fears inside. Don't let them see you cry, and if you keep on trying, then you will reach the sky. Hold your head up high, and if you keep on striving, you'll shine, yeah. Even if they say that you will never make it, even if they say that you're destined to fail, you got to keep your faith, keep praying to the Maker, and you put your shoulder closer to the wheel. Yes, even if they say that you will never make it, even if they say that you're destined to fail, you got to keep your faith, keep praying to the Maker, and you put your shoulder closer to the wheel. Yeah, well, Jack gave me real friends and I know them. Still some are wolf in a friend clothing, but in the end I expose them. Some I know I have to dispose them. Without a reason, some all I hate you, but underneath that still them I rate you. Envy I kill them, they want to take you down. Keep your fears inside, don't let them see you cry, and if you keep on trying, then you will reach the sky. Hold your head up high, and if you keep on striving, in time you'll shine, yeah. Even if they say that you will never make it, even if they say that you're destined to fail, you got to keep your faith, keep praying to the Maker, and you put your shoulder closer to the wheel. Yes, even if they say that you will never make it, even if they say that you're destined to fail, you got to keep your faith, keep praying to the Maker, and you put your shoulder closer to the wheel. Somebody said no enemies around, don't let them keep you down, stand firmly on your ground until them underground. And all when they try to cheat you, learn what they got to teach you. Don't let them ever reach you, them can't beat you. Make them go under them own thing, and make them talk them own talking. If you work harder, then one day they won't have no more to say, because your destiny resides inside. Yes, your destiny say that you will never make it, even if they say that you're destined to fail, you got to keep your faith, keep praying to the Maker, and you put your shoulder closer to the wheel. Yes, even if they say that you will,
even if they say you will never make it,
they say that you're destined to fail,
they can say anything they want to say, as long as you keep your shoulder to the wheel.
Put your shoulder closer to the wheel.
You can get to wherever you're pushing to go. We've seen it happen over and over again. The sound of Cesar, it's called Shoulder to the Wheel. I have another Cesar that I'm going to bring to you later on. The much loved Cesar tune from Saturday. Yeah man, I got it for you. Don't worry yourself.
Hey, me, we are dropping to some old rusty ragga style now. See, in reality, the truth. Ja, Rastafari.
This is on a Junior Wonder. The track is called I and I.
Hear this now? Not because you kill a black brother, make you bigger. You feel so you figure. Not because you slice up your sister, make you prettier. You feel so who you are follow. I and I would never shot a black brother for a dollar. No one drama, you want make two girl Allah. I and I be watch it from afar, feel it is car. We nothing can do them cause them a star. I and I, no one no glory and no fear. It is a shame we have to find a new mind brain. I and I search and find the most I know. I and I work for Rastafari. You think a lion man a plan drive by? You kill two, you really feel you are go get by? You must have mad up on your head, dollars and multiply. You feel the pressure and I feel look up to the sky. Man a search, man a reach for them most high. It's too late, destiny never lies. Not because you kill a black brother, make you bigger. You feel so you figure. Not because you slice up your sister, make you prettier. You feel so who you are follow. Beat a one gal and next gal beat your back. When the whole of that gonna get a thing out of that. Simple minded thinking going be your dead. All a war without a cause and still not get respect. So who you are look to, who you are check. Them have your mind twist, you are take the wrong stepper. You feel you are move up, not true. You have piece of shit, but if that you are work with, change your mind state. Me princess, all me real queen, and no competition alone give your high self-esteem. So no make them steer you wrong, no hear no false dream. I start war through them beat to rum cream. Not because you kill a black brother, make you bigger. You feel so you figure. Not because you slice up your sister, make you prettier. You feel so who you are follow. You could have bad like how who you are impressed. What goes around comes around, don't be stressed. It's just reality, for reach equality. The evil speaks, no fear nobody. Follow me, vanity never could have reached in my.
I have a Red Fox to play for you on this rhythm.
Very necessary, watch ya. This is not a profit.
This track is called I and I.
Take your hand out of your pocket and bone out of the class.
Artist is Junior Wonder.
You're bigger than yourself, you do watch it. Your mind is snatch it. No, you are move like a puppet. Them sell your bag a lie and now you
have a Red Fox for you.
Your bed. Not because you kill a black brother, make you bigger. You feel so you figure. Not because
you ready for it?
Slice up your sister, make you prettier. You feel so who you are follow.
I could have more them want and attacks the poor. Oh, them wanna come so wicked, them was so sore. Oh, long mother so fuck ya.
It's our extended musical therapy. This is Red Fox.
Work so hard, make your business.
It's called The Poor.
When them say you out a road, them not chat to you do. When a time for send it on, what the lion roar. Come be comfy, defend the poor. Where you boss it up, tell them retreat. Retreat, slap it up from your no food feed. Feed, burn a fire from your door like police. Police brutalize poor people, well you must get the fate. Cause you know say you shape for them, crush them up like paper then. Somebody need to pray for them, or call the undertaker then. Say goodbye and give to them, might as well they give for them. The fire I go blaze up them. You hear me tell you, hear me again. Watch it, let
Yeah, the whole day for them. Think I know me, I wait for them. Sick of all the haters, them. I try to make me papers, them. Want a Benz a rage again. Little hole, they got them. Blood God, man, race up them. I call no more, them a want and a tax the poor. Oh, them on a come so wicked, them a was a sore. Oh, long man, I suffer, can't take it no more. What the woman who don't take this for? Work so hard, make your business belong to. When them see you out a road, them not tattoo you do. Well, that time for send it on, what's the lion roar? Come, we come for defend the poor. Come on, a Rastafarian, stronger than a lion and rising to the island, stepping out of Babylon. Cause man a Ethiopian, no need no cow, no opium. Strictly sentiment and not my catch you look my money down. I tell fool that bubble down, bingy beat your Congo jam. Babylon that tumble down, push off it go humble down. Yalla come suck up me tongue, say ya meet them one janang. Tell them fi come cause I could no more them a want and a tax the poor. Oh them man a come so wicked them a was a sore. Oh long man a so
Little Red Fox. Track is called The Poor.
Work so hard, make your business belong to. When you see me out on road, you don't have to me know. But I type is in it and watch it and roar. Come me, defend me.
I will bless the Lord at all times. I will praise. When I think of all the good He's done and consider His way.
This is a dazzling one.
Mercy's pouring down.
Shauna Dazzle.
And I'm flooded by grace. And not because of any good.
Her latest single is called Glorious.
Remains the same, so I
For those of you that don't know, Shauna is a member of SDS, Sensational Dynamic Sound.
may they know the power and might of your glorious name. May the whole world see the light. May they come to testify. May they know the power and might of your glorious name. I cannot believe your name. I cannot but give you praise. I know where I could be now, so I stand unashamed. God, you've never let me down in spite of even me. And you prove yourself faithful, you reign in majesty. So I sing, may the whole world see the light. May they come to testify. May they know the power and might of your glorious name. May the whole world see the light. May they come to testify. May they know the power and might of your glorious name. Whoa, whoa, got my list, cannot remember how you saved my son and protected my unborn child from the bullets of a gun. Remember how you gave me faith when my strength was less than great. You know, God, you were never late. God, I know you're on my side. You have shown up every time, my God. So I had to bend this tune, 'cause where would I be without you? May the whole world see the light. May they come to testify. May they know the power and might of your glorious name. Oh, may the whole world see the light. May they come to testify. May they know the power and might of your glorious, glorious, glorious. May the whole world see the light. May they come to testify. May they know the power and might of your glorious name. Oh, may the whole world see the light. May they come to testify. May they know the power and might of your glorious name.
This is my story. This is my song.
on, Christina Alicia. It's called My Story. From that album, Songs from Zion.
Where are the leaders that guided us before? Yo, this is Christina. Listen, I want to big up DJ Kevin Stew. Yo, always playing the best. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you always stay current with DJ Kevin Stew. Enough love. Freedom fighters. Where are the freedom fighters? Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Christine.
This is my story.
29 minutes to the top of the hour, 29 minutes before we get out of here.
Praising my Savior.
Well, officially get out of here.
All day long.
Really and truly, we have about 24.
My story. Yeah.
Before the break on Reggae Global Radio.
Praising my Savior with songs from Zion. Songs from Zion. Come let me tell you a little story about her. Born in a nest, never know about the world. She never know, she never know. She never know, she never know. Pharisees and vultures all around. Still a birdie learned to fly out of town. Like Maya Angelou, she learned how to sing. Outside the creation under her wings. This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior all day long. This is my story. This is my story. This is my song.
I want to say a special big ups to Donnie Walker, host of the Donnie Walker Morning Show on WGLRO from 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
She finding time out to fly and let go over the mountains and rivers to
Donnie has been doing amazing things with raising awareness as to military deaths.
everything underneath the sky. Underneath the wings you learn just how to fly. Don't force a thing, it will happen in time. That's the lesson for this birdie upon this is my story. This is my song.
Much love and respect for the work that you've been doing, Donnie.
I go crazy all day long. This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior with songs from Zion. Songs from Zion.
This is the sound of Dangling. That's the title of the track right there. paper soldier.
Them out, they make we chase them out. Chab on a fire, on a paper, on a perpetrator. Paper soldiers sell out black markers, red, black and green. FBI get nervous. I them assassinate brother Malcolm X. Martin Luther them sell out next. Well, at 27 years, Mandela hold the faith. Real soldiers not sell out for beef. None of the soldiers can't live. Lion in the lion, the soldiers can't tame. No. Youths when the fight the soldiers. We not tolerate them, but find them out, they make we chase them out. On a fire, on a paper, on a perpetrate the job. None of youths when the fight the soldiers. We not tolerate them, but find them out, they make we chase them out. On a fire, on a paper, we stay alert on the back of ground. Put Jack first in the back of plan. Can't shake the feel, Mama Africa. Stand firm as a warrior, we are Yantabia. Big up all the revolution is in Africa. Big up all the real warriors in Jamaica. Buffalo soldiers, large up in America. We a soldier, one go hold a corner.
I want to say much respect to GMAC Music Solutions for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. There's one person that is not a paper soldier, GMAC. Much respect, GMAC. Remember, GMAC Music Solutions brings your event to life. Give them a call, 754-307-GMAC. That's 754-307-4622. Or check them out on gmacmusicsolutions.com. Bless up, Drew. How you doing, bro?
Physically, spiritually, not literally, musically, not physically, spiritually. On a fire, on a faker, on a perpetrator. Ramen and the youths when I fight the soldiers. When I tolerate them out, find them out, they make we chase them out. On a fire, on a faker, on a perpetrator. And the youths when I fight the soldiers. When I tolerate them out, find them out, they make we chase them out. On a fire, on a faker, on a perpetrator out.
So I have about 20 minutes left. Before we come up onto a hard break on Reggae Global Radio. 25 minutes before I call it a night right here on kevinstew.com. On Saturday evening in Who That segment, I had Cesar on and introduced this song to people and they just loved it.
Girl. Yeah.
It's called Love Machine.
Whoa, whoa. Cesar. Yeah.
Glad you made it home safe, Drew. You get to catch the amen on the night shift when you're getting home from the evening shift.
Well, when it come to money, me not so much, but me alright. Come to loving me, have enough figure all night. Real type of love to make my woman satisfied. Feel like she touching the sky, she fly high like birds of a feather. When together we lay. She says she like it better when I'm holding the reins. Well, tonight we're gonna do things different. Yeah, will you be my love machine? Will you make love to me? Girl, I wanna touch your butt. Yeah, let you show me something. Will you be my fantasy? And give me what I need. Will you be my love machine?
I DJ Kevin Street. Yeah. Pull up that song, I like it. Yeah. But
whoa, whoa.
Yeah, this is a Cesar tune that everybody just loves. It's called Love Machine.
Yeah, yeah. woman satisfied. Feel like she touching the sky, she fly high like birds of a feather when together we lay. She says she like it better when I'm holding the reins. Well, tonight we're gonna do things different. Yeah, will you be my love machine? Will you make love to me? Girl, I wanna touch your butt. Yeah, let you show me something. Will you be my fantasy and give me what I need? Will you be my love machine? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, every night, girl, I give my love to you. So tonight, girl, I wanna try something new. You always whisper in my ear and tell me that you want me. Yeah, yeah. Well, tonight I hope you really want me enough to be my love machine. Will you make love to me? Girl, I wanna touch your buttons. Yeah, let you show me something. Will you be my fantasy and give me what I need? Won't you be my love machine? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Me want to turn you on, girl, and watch your booter and get you warm, girl, like a love computer. Me want to put me password, log on and enter, and insert the cab where it really meant for. You get the information from off the hard disk, a stimulation, and then everything cleans. But can we do it like this? Will you be my love machine? Will you make love to me? Girl, I wanna touch your body, yeah, let you show me something. Girl, be my fantasy and give me what I need.
Yeah, Drew, it bad for real.
Love machine. Oh, 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 oh. Well, when it comes to money, me not have so much, but me alright. Come to loving me, have enough figure all night. Real type of love for make me woman satisfied. Feel like she touching the sky, she fly high like birds of a feather when together we lay. She says she like it better when I'm holding the reins. Well, tonight we're gonna do things different. Yeah, will you be my love machine? Will you make love to me? Girl, I wanna touch your body and let you show me something.
We're gonna lay it on bright and early 'cause the heat is on, yeah. And I know that you're
This is that passive aggressive tune from Miss Joanna Marie.
now that we are moving.
Her rendition of Hush Darling. Oh yeah.
Miss Hush, darling. Hush, this is Joanna Marie, and it's all about DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift. You feel for some stew? Check out Kevin Stew.
Yo, Joanna Marie. I'm going to give it to you in a different way.
I've been really trying, baby. Trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel
This is the uncommissioned remix.
baby, then come on. Oh, come on. Woo! Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's love, baby. Let's get it on. Sugar, let's get it on. Ooh, I've been really trying, baby.
Yeah, man, we're giving trouble tonight.
Trying to hold back this feeling
15 minutes to go.
so long. And
If you feel like I feel,
baby, then come on.
just link me.
Oh, come on. Woo! Let's get it on.
The uncommissioned remix.
Let's love, baby.
We're gonna lay it on bright and early 'cause the heat is on, yeah.
Marvin Gaye, Joanna Marie.
We're all sensitive people with so much to give. Understanding, sugar.
The remix done by yours truly.
Since we got to be here, let's live. I love you. There's nothing wrong with me loving you, baby. No, no. And giving yourself to me can never be wrong if the love is true. Oh, baby. Don't you know how sweet and wonderful life can be? I'm asking you, baby, to get it on with me. I ain't gonna worry, I ain't gonna push. I won't push you, baby. So come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Stop beating around the bush. Hey, let's get it on.
Even if it hurts to cry,
You know what I'm talking.
I'm gonna tell you,
Come on, baby. Hey,
after the storm,
let your love come. If you believe in love, let's get it on. Let's get it on, baby. This minute, let's get it on. Please get it on.
oh, we're gonna lay it on.
You know,
Bright and early 'cause the heat is on.
don't you, baby?
And I know that you're ready. Let us lay it
My
on.
whole body
Now that we are
feeling of love. I ain't gonna worry.
Even if
No,
it
I
hurts
ain't
to
gonna push.
cry,
I won't push you, baby.
'cause I'm gonna tell you right.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, darling.
'Cause after
Stop
the
beating
storm,
around the bush. Gonna get it on. Threatening you, baby. I want to get it on. You don't have to worry that it's wrong. If the spirit moves you, let me groove.
If you're just joining us, welcome to Musical Therapy. It's just a few more minutes left in it. Typically happens at the last half hour on the night shift. Remember to join me tomorrow, Healthy Love Night. Right here, kevinstew.com, Reggae Global Radio, PEMGTV.com, ClintonLindsay.com, One Harmony Radio, WGLRO.com.
This love inside I can't contain. No.
This is Reggae Global Radio's Artist of the Month, working out with Peter G. If you didn't know who the RGR Artist of the Month was, of the month of November that is, this is Novelty, working out with Peter G. Their track Love Won't Let Us Wait.
Here I am with open arms, anticipating. Just the thought of being with you is so amazing.
You're the breeze in the summer, the warmth in the winter. You blow my mind. You're like a dream come true. Just wanna be with you. I love you all the time. is right now, and being so close to you even makes it stronger. Somehow
You say you love her, I'm
holding you so steady. I know you feel me trembling.
body language say you're ready.
So I'll open up and let you in, 'cause love won't let us wait.
Not a minute longer. The moment is right now,
And being so close to you even makes it stronger. Somehow
there is something about this moment, everything is fine. Let's seize this opportunity and make it mine.
and make you mine. There is something about this moment, everything is fine. Let's seize this opportunity and make you mine. Love won't let us wait.
Not a minute longer.
The moment is right now, and being so close to you even makes it stronger. Somehow
Would you love will never? Would you love will never?
This is Jamiri working out the drums. It's called Try Your Love.
Judge your love. The world needs judge your love.
Tell them so, tell them.
Try your love.
Teach them,
We all
teach
need
them.
try your love.
All over the world. Listen.
Open up your heart and your mind. I'm telling you, it's time to realize that your love is real, and no money can change that. No ounce, no car, no vanity. If you know that a pure love, come and read about it. Feel your vibes, is heavens, is holy. Hey, there's a spot for everyone if you open up your heart. It's all about judge your love. The world needs judge your love.
Every time.
Judge your love. We all need judge your love.
So many times we see the children crying. Cry. They're crying, yeah. We have a duty to leave the children in the future, yeah. We can heal all pain.
It's all about judge your love. The world needs judge your love.
When you said Jamiri,
Judge your love.
when you said Jamiri,
Judge your love.
right your love.
It has been proven that your love will never, ever let you down.
And there's a place for the hopeless cities. Jah won't let us down.
Time to sow your faith, 'cause God is here to stay.
He will come, oh yeah, he will come.
It's all about judge your
Once a good night to all those locked in on Reggae Global Radio. We're gonna take a quick break. And then at top of the hour, it's C-Roy. I have 5 more minutes on kevinstew.com. But I'll be back 10 till midnight tomorrow. Healthy Love Night. Y'all take care until. Be safe, yeah? The son of Andrew Bees. Jaja, my shield. Thank you much, cuz. And this is how I leave you tonight. Ed Robinson working out with Dottie from SDS. Their rendition of Someone to Love. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world. From right here in South Florida, I bid you a good night.
It's because of you I was able to give my heart again. You give me someone to love, someone to touch, someone to hold, someone to know. You give someone to love, someone to trust, someone to hold, someone to know. Oh, baby. I thought I'd never love again. Baby. I thought my life was over. Baby. I didn't want to face or even see another day. Suddenly from nowhere, baby, you appeared. You dried my tears. You cared for me. Because of you, I was able to fall in love again. You give me someone to love, someone to love, someone to hold, someone to know. You give someone to love, someone to trust, someone to hold, someone to hold, someone to know.
and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.